Hello, my wonderful spirit guides. Today I'm going to be reacting to Yeule and her album Glitch Princess. I have seen a few of you request this, but I had an actual patron come and request it, and so that has hurried it along the line, so now I'm doing it. I can't wait to get into it, so if you'd like to go on Patreon, please do. All the links and stuff will be in the description, and all the little things all different tiers do. I think there are some openings in my album tier, album request tier, so go ahead and join if you want. I do live streams, you get uncut and early releases. Yeah, lots of lovely stuff over there. Also, if you'd like to follow me on Instagram, I shall follow you back, link in the description, and please like and subscribe. Anyway, let's get into it. So yeah, I have not heard Yeule before, any of her music, so I really don't know what it's going to sound like, but with a name like Glitch Princess and the album covers, I imagine it's going to be kind of electronic. Yeah, that's all I know. But yeah, let's do it. First song is called My Name is Nat Camille?
Is Nat Camille.
Oh gosh.
I am 22, crushing up rocks and snorting them when it lingers on my body. I like pretty textures in sound.
Same. It's so like weird. The broken kind of speaking makes it feel like she's writing, or that she's a little bit lazy or slow, maybe even a little bit childlike, or maybe not human.
I like making up my own world. I like to dress up and not going out. I like touching myself from my own body.
Oh, interesting. It's interesting how it's kind of like a little bit of like an introduction to who she is, and some of the things are kind of obscure or unique, like things that only she likes and are a little bit out there, maybe a little bit haunting, like I like being far away from my own body. Is that I like dissociating, I like astral projecting in some way. And also when she says I like to eat but I don't like it when it lingers on my body, is that like putting on weight, you know, sort of thing like that. Saying she likes genderless people, meaning she's a, you know, LGBTQ plus ally or part of it herself. Crushing up rocks and snorting them, a very telling thing. It sounds like she says she likes doing. So yeah, it's a lot of vulnerable things being told, unique things being told, just a lot of things mixed in with things like I like my cat, you know?
Obsessing over people and then throwing them away.
Kind of like borderline personality disorder.
I like me, most of all,
Ooh, I like how it's like, but most of all, and then I imagine the rest of the album will be telling you what else she likes through different songs. Maybe I need to check if they go by they them, because you know I want to be respectful. Okay, Yeule's pronouns are she/they. Okay, so I could go either one with she or they. Oh, okay, but then there's somewhere else that says that they go by they. You know what? I'm going to stick to they just to be sure. You know, just so I'm not messing it up. We're going to go with they. Sorry, I should have looked at that before. Sometimes you don't always think about it straight away, but I'm glad I did. All right, first song is called, well, second song. The first song wasn't really a song, it was more of an intro. This song was called Electric. Ooh. That reminds me of Skins. Did you ever watch Skins? It's kind of like a UK programme, but...
The only thing reminding me to stay alive is staring at my soul and tells me to move.
Ooh. I love how it's got like a beautifully acoustic piano part, but then like extremely electronic moments, and the blend is very unique, and the vocal going up really high like that in that auto-tune sort of style gives me a bit of Charlie XCX for sure, and a little bit of Caroline Polachek too. It's very much their own thing. like the contrast between like the reverb, making it sound very ethereal, to like those little like short, snappy, ooh, 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 you know, very auto-tuned, dry sounds. It's gorgeous. Wow, how delicate, yet those like big like a boom, they're so aggressive. Drum moment being the only thing that is aggressive. Wow, okay, it's ethereal, it's delicate, it's pretty, I love it. Now I'm gonna get a jumper on though because I'm freezing. Okay, I'm back and I'm warm. This was like the first ever piece of like, first and only piece of merch I made. I was just kind of testing things out sort of thing. I love it, it's really cool, but I mean, I would like to have better quality stuff because this is a sticker, right? And I always find that with stickers, they kind of wear away a little bit. I definitely want to make it better when I do make merch, but I haven't got the funds to do so yet. But anyway, yeah, back to the music. Okay, next song is called Flowers Are Dead. Ooh. She says she likes pretty textures in music. I wonder if she's has synesthesia then.
What makes you?
I was about to say, like, the music is kind of ominous. It gives it like a little bit of an uncomfortable feeling. But then they literally say what makes you uncomfortable. So like that is the purpose. It's creepy. Oh, I love that. Okay, so there's a side chain going on. The boom boom sound sucks the vocal in, giving it that boom boom. You know, you can always hear the vocal go claps into the sound. I love that, and the sound isn't really in the forefront. It's kind of blended in with the sound. Love that. Oh, I love the texture of the drums as well. Very muffled for sure. Not a lot of high EQ on them. Interesting, the vocal is still like really super slow, just like in the first song, just kind of like that very like slow. It's almost like they're very like dreamy and again not human, and we've heard them say that they don't want to be in their body, giving it a really interesting sort of feeling. I don't know if it's a character either, like Glitch Princess is a character, maybe a persona, or like, you know, part of them and the inner workings of them rather than like the outward working, the moon sign rather than the sun sign. Yeah, I love it. Wow. So glitchy. Such a unique sound. You know, what I can describe it as so far is kind of like a glitchy lullaby. You know, some of it's so dreamy and slow and lazy and ethereal and delicate and childlike. But then there's so much of it where it's just got that little glitchy 8-bit kind of fuzz, a little bit of, you know, signals crossing and stuff like that, that gives it that glitchy, gritty sound. And I guess when you say glitch princess, princesses are all like pretty and princessy and childlike, and then glitch is just what it is, glitch. there's a glitch in the system. It's almost like his purity and his beautiful childlike thing is being like, is all part of the simulation, and it's kind of like crashing down. And I really like that. It's really interesting. Okay, next song is called Eyes. Interesting. Kind of a tonal. Yeah, that like kind of horror feeling to it is most likely, I don't, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'd say that's part of the atonal scale. And the atonal scale is, you know, a tonal mode, whatever you want to call it, is basically a collection of sounds that don't really go together, don't really match, don't have a nice melody to it. That gives it that horror, uncomfortable, disturbing sound.
Feels like shit when you read.
I like their voice here.
Can hear talk to me.
Wow. That's beautiful. I love the melody. It's like a siren. Like the mermaid kind of siren.
Scars on you. Eyes like fire.
Baby voice. That's haunting. Oh, I like that. Wow. You never know where it's gonna go. Ooh, ominous. Feels like tense. Something's about to happen. Okay. Yeah. I kind of felt that was gonna happen, you know. Yeah! I felt this like big rise, and I felt like it's gonna drop into something very delicate and then it's gonna hit you. And it did exactly that, and I'm so glad I did. I can imagine this being really fun to make. It's kind of gothic, isn't it? The emo gothic.
Disappear in silence slow.
Oh, like the whisper. I like how the whisper sounds like. It's like got that little nasalness in the whisper.
Disappear.
I love it. It gives it that like kind of creepy, you know, little ghost sort of sound to it. It sounds so cool. Yeah, they're really like kind of emo in a way. I mean, how can I burn out of my own real body? That's so interesting. I wonder if that's to do with being a they, them, and wanting to be the perfect mesh of both, or completely genderless, you know. There seems to be a real pain in it. But then there's also another side to it where it's like you just want to be a soul. You don't want to be part of this world. You don't want to be part of Earth. You find it too depressing, and you kind of just want to hide away, or, you know, be a ghost, be invisible sort of thing. But yeah, there's also something about it that makes you think of dissociation a lot too, like where they want to like kind of float away out of their body and let the body live on autopilot while they can just go off somewhere a bit more pleasant. Okay, next song is called Perfect Blue feat. Toji. That muffled drum again. Sounds like it's literally like in a street down the road, you know, or like you're outside the stadium.
Not so keen on food, but don't tell me about my favorite.
Oh, that sounded nice. I'll go back a bit. Sorry about that. They're very like upfront, you know, no hiding, very like obviously some sort of an eating disorder. And they're being very open about it. And I don't know, I think it's really like could be quite like helpful to some people who are going through a similar thing, if you know what I mean. But it could also be quite triggering. Wow. Ooh. Interesting. know, when they were left and how painful that was. But I love how they tie it into a broken link, a 404. A broken link being like you tried to click to go to a certain page and it's not there anymore. It's abandoned you in a way. I like that. That's really cool lyrics. Sad though. Into the next song. That's interesting. Felt like a really big inhale, but like an interesting sounding one, like one that you have an oxygen mask sort of sound. Oh no, it sounded like you know when you go deep sea diving sort of thing, like the little oxygen tanks. So that's what it sounded like. And then you think about it, blue water. I don't know, maybe I'm getting a bit too deep into it. That was interesting. Also, I was thinking I've never heard of Toji before, I don't think. And I don't know what their music's usually like. But I really liked how their vocal really fit the theme of the song. I really liked that. It's kind of sad though. These are like very sad lyrics, very sad but honest lyrics. And I find that interesting. It's kind of like different for an artist to be so open and honest in this way without there being a million metaphors. Okay, anyway, next one was called Don't Be So Hard on Your Own Beauty.
The look on your face tells me you see something more pure in me than this dirty. With you I no longer have taint. Just before you took me, and with my dying light that's overgrown with thorny vines and piercing through. Let me cry and wipe my eyes and make me feel something other than desolated nowhere I'm trying.
This song actually feels really oddly familiar. I don't know why. I feel like it's not that I've heard this song. I feel like I've heard a song that has a similar way of being sang, the guitar similar. Also, it sounds a lot like something my brother would like. But also, those lyrics are kind of like, whew. The sudden look on your face tells me you see something more pure in me than this dirty. When I'm with you, I no longer have tainted flesh, where violation teared my dress before you. Kind of sounds like something quite horrible happened to them. I'm just reading the lyrics so forth, and it's interesting. Sounds like almost like panic. You know, I am desperate in a nightmare where I'm trying to find you in a maze with no staircase. I'm stuck and breathless in the back room of a spinning hall. Dizzy, I crawl and trip down, fall again. You pick up all my guts, spinning out, bruised up, bloodied up. It's like this horrible big panic moment, a nightmare, a trauma dream, and the person they're talking about has helped them out of the dream. And then they go, oh, I look into your eyes and see a bright white light, and you turn this horrible place into orange light, sunset in sight. You tell me not to be so hard on my own beauty. You still hold me even though I'm made of fire burning through. You hold me gently. This person is picking them up again, making them feel good about themselves. Yeah, just kind of looking after them and can see the beauty that Yeule can't see in themselves, you know? And then the outro literally says, suddenly curled up in a ball in the bathroom floor, unconsciously, I feel you shake me awake from a bad dream with my eyes open. So yeah, it's just a whole big, horrible, sad dream. Reality isn't so bad in this case. Also, you know, those lyrics like the kind of repetition of the melody just kind of going round and round makes sense for what they're actually saying.
Sunset in sight, you tell me not to be so hard on my own beauty. I'm made of fire burning through you. Other than desolated, nothing I am.
Wow.
Suddenly, in the bathroom, shake me.
I absolutely love the acoustic guitar in this. Nice. So vulnerable. I like that one a lot, actually. Yeah, it really reminds me of something my brother actually showed me a while ago, and I was in a place where I couldn't really hear it at the time because it was kind of depressing, a little bit emo, but had that very soft, childlike, sweet voice, but was saying kind of stuff like self-harm sort of stuff. And it kind of it made me feel a little bit sickly, you know, it made me feel a bit like, ugh, it felt like glamorizing it or romanticizing it. However, this is a similar sound in the voice and the sound of the music, but I don't feel it being glamorized at all. I actually feel it being just spoken about it with authenticity and not glamorizing, romanticizing it at all, just talking about an experience. I could tell there's some trauma there, and obviously I relate to trauma. If you don't know me or you don't know much about me, but I've got a hell of a lot of trauma surrounding SA and R. So yeah, it kind of like, I could feel that, like especially in that first verse, I was like, whoa. But yeah, anyway, next song is called Fragments. Okay.
Until you, my dying breath, I hold you.
Wow.
Till I stop the pain.
The way they made that like screaming sound, like so rhythmic, definitely feels like it's in deep water. But then it sounds like it's in like a starry sky right now. Wow. Sounds like a Morse code. Feels like, yeah, trying to get through to someone. Wow. What I've noticed, honestly, oh, I love, yeah, I just realised it's called Fragments, and it does feel very fragmented, as has many of the other songs. But what I want to say is, like, I'm not gonna lie, this album doesn't garner much of a big reaction because it's all about the listening. It's not really a big beat. It's not something that makes you go, wow, woo, ah. You know, at times there are moments where I might raise my eyebrows or whatever, but I'm not screaming to the rooftops. It's the sound that is kind of delicate, kind of elegant. It's one that you really sit and intently listen to. It is just of that kind of sound, if you know what I mean. And I really like that, but I do apologise if I don't look as fun, but it's because I'm just really deeply listening. That kind of whistly sound there, but that kind of like, and it feels like they were like pulling like brakes on something, like just like so they could hold this person a little longer until the, you know, pain goes away, holding the brakes on their own life just to really melt into the life of the person they're comforting, if that makes sense. You know how when you're comforting someone, you are literally taking your every problem you have and you're putting it to the side and you're just giving them your all. So that kind of break sound made me think of putting brakes on your own life while you comforted the person you love. Something like that. Also, my other thought was the lyrics might not be exactly to a singular person that they love, but like to everyone listening. Maybe it's more of a comfort song as well to the listeners. Anyway, next song is called Too Dead Inside.
Full of love, full of hate. Can't decide what to take.
I like that.
I can only get so close to looking like how I want to be.
Oh man.
I can start relying on the darkness of my own demons.
I love this one.
That remain.
Wow.
Would you like a
Yeah.
too dead inside?
Wow.
Too dead inside. Would you like a run? I want to see the sunrise inside.
Oh, it's so cool. I really like this one. I like the whole I can only get so close to look at how I want to be. And I think that's literally how everyone feels, let alone if you are, you know, trans or they, them, whatever you are, you know what I mean, whatever your sexuality is. But that does still go for everyone. Everyone feels that way. Well, most people. I always have visions of that. I vision myself, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I'll see myself, say, with this makeup look, but then I'll see myself with a matching hairband, a matching top, a matching everything, and I never had all that stuff. I know that's more of a material thing, but it's like you can image yourself as a thing that you want to express, but you might not always have all the resources to do it, whether that be material items or actually your own body, your own facial structure, anything, your hair, something about you that can't quite look how you want to. Obviously, it's something we need to kind of let go, but it makes a lot of sense. I like the way they said, take me somewhere pretty, take me pretty enough to fill this empty. And fill this empty, yeah, like fill up the empty, so like the prettiness can fill up the empty, almost like a shallowness to it. But then fill this empty also sounds like feel this empty. Things just being pretty is kind of empty when it doesn't have anything else but being pretty. You might feel empty by seeing something pretty as well. I don't know, that's a bit complex, but I read it that way.
Toxic like a burning haze.
I really like the vocal in this one. Yeah, I like the vocal in this one. I imagine it's because it has a slight more maturity to it. It makes me feel less uneasy. It makes me feel like I can relate more, because I don't ever see myself as like a delicate kind of child. You know, I see myself as adult. So it's more relatable. With the childlike voice, sometimes I could feel a little bit creeped out in certain situations.
Teach me how to love myself, I'm not there yet. I never forget a silent crawl towards the throne, the path to death, the promised land you will never understand.
Wow.
The love that always fades,
Wow.
the flowers that remain.
Ooh, the way it slows down. Ooh.
It's chasing, chasing, chasing my own shadow.
Ooh, I love it. Oh, nice. Kind of like a half-time. Oh, I love that. That one had a bit more of like a feistiness to it, a bit more of like a feeling of determination and a darker sense to it, but like not dark in a way where it's like creepy and ominous, but dark in a way where it was like a real, like, real talk. And that last verse there, the lyrics, painful. But yeah, I like the vocal like that. They really sound really good. I don't know, it still sounds airy, but it has like a bit more of a maturity to it, a bit more of like a reality to it, I suppose. I don't know, I just like it like that. Okay, next song, Bites on My Neck.
On my neck from your mouth, took 10 lines to feel this numb. When I was stuck in the dark, you gave me a sickness so blue. I had to walk into the fire to know how to feel.
I like this. Oh, that's so good.
Bites on my neck, I'm still bleeding through. All the bruises you left on me.
Oh, yeah. Oh my god, I really like this one as well. Maybe I'm getting more into the sound, because like I was liking a couple of the first songs, and then it kind of went, I don't know. Like, not that I didn't like it, but I was like, I don't know. I guess I was just still trying to figure it out. But these last two songs I've just been really into. But I like that. You know that I could have loved you with my bare hands. You know that I could have killed you with my bare hands. And that is just like one of those relationships where it's toxic. It is literally fire and water, where 1 minute you're cold, 1 minute you're hot. And like doing all the lines until, you know, you're blue or numb or whatever. Like, so you can't feel anything at all. That's doing lots of, you know, DRUGSs. But then walking into the fire, that could be like walking into love, walking into anger, walking into conflict to feel. walking into something dangerous to feel. And that's on depression, you know, and that's on being numb, you know, where you have to do crazy things to feel something. I get that. I feel that. But okay, that's all I want to say so far. I love the scream. Sorry, I was all in a bit of a tangle and needed to move. I really love their honesty about things and just the way that they talk about things, even though it's kind of dark and it's a little bit like hard to listen to, hard to digest in a way. It's also not because of like the sounds are so interesting that you don't always have to focus on the lyrics if you're listening to it a lot.
Didn't know what I want. Let you bite into what I was to you. Give it with my bare hands.
I wonder if that's like metaphoric or real. So glitchy. It's interesting, the glitchiness almost sounds like a tambourine. It might actually be a tambourine, but really glitch. Alright, before it gets into that, the 10 lines to feel this numb, all while you healed my sick heart, is interesting because I'm like, how do you heal when you feel so numb? It almost feels like the person was trying to heal their heart and they're just numb. It's almost like this like kind of guilt, like you tried your best, you tried to really heal me, but I was too numb to even really care at that point. I don't know, there might be something else to it though.
Then disappears. Love you, then stabs me back. Love you, then leaves a wreck. Love you, how could you?
Sounds like FK Twigs talking there. Come in the dark, come in the dark. I like that. I like the rhythm of that. Here comes that lullaby feeling again. And then it ends. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay, yeah, not much more to say about that. But anyway, the next one is called You. I love you.
Let me in, let me try. Baby, open up your eyes. Touch the skin on your face. No one's out to get you, babe. You know the ones that make you go insane. Sew me up, stitch me up, put me back together. You know I hate you.
Sounds so beautiful. The way it's just soaring, it's gorgeous. Interesting. Right, I imagine it's just going to be an instrumental piece now, but this song does seem to be about actual SH. I clicked on the "You Know I Hurt Myself" part, lyrics on Genius, and I was going to read what it says here. I'm going to see what it says and then give my opinion. This whole song is about SH, but this part really drives it home. So often people feel guilty for the attention they need. They become trapped in a cycle of SH, where they punish themselves for their weakness. Even though they feel awful about needing attention, they still want someone to see them. Yeule casually says, "You know I hurt myself," like they're talking about the weather, but with each repetition it becomes more urgent, more painful that they're not seen. I feel a bit emotional, if I'm honest, like a lump in my throat. Regarding the other person in the song, in my honest opinion, the other becomes a fetish. If they can just love the other, then they can ignore their own needs. Thus, I heart you, a shallow expression of affection that pales compared to the explanations of undying love in their last breath in Fragments. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, saying I heart you is a bit more shallow than saying I love you. I find that very interesting. But it's interesting. Like, I do find a song like this to be, like, in my opinion, slightly uncomfortable, but they're talking about their truth, you know, they're talking about their feelings, what they feel, what, like, it's all about to them. I find it slightly uncomfortable because well, personal reasons. I don't do anything like that, but I have done when I was a teenager, and I'm just think if I heard a song like this as a teenager, it might have actually made me want to do it more. And I'm not saying it's romanticizing it, but because it's got like that dark feeling that makes you feel a bit like wishy-washy, you might end up getting in the mood to do it. That's just my personal opinion though. Everyone's very different. This might be really helpful to some people, but I guess everyone's different. It does make me feel a little bit disturbed in some way, also because, yeah, there's a more of a personal reason of someone in my family who died doing this thing, doing exactly what this is, SH. So obviously it's a little bit hard to listen to. It makes me feel a bit sick and sad. But so I'm not sure if I like the song very much, I have to be very honest. I understand that they're just trying to get their feelings across and be honest, and I'm not sick at them. I don't feel disgusted in them at all. I feel it just because of my own personal reasons. I think power to them to write about what they want to write about, and if it helps them, then that makes me pleased. But there is somewhat part of it that makes me feel uncomfortable, I suppose. But, you know, I'm glad that they're not saying it's a good thing, you know, that talks about the guilt and shame that it can bring, and the guilt of the attention that is needed. And, you know, that is true, because like a lot of the time when you're young as well, or, you know, do those sorts of things, it is about attention and wanting to be seen but not knowing what to say, you know, so you don't know what to say, so you want someone to see the harm that's been done to your body so that they can ask if you're okay, rather than you having to go to them and say that you're not okay, especially when you feel like no one ever listens. It's a way of being like, someone please ask me, someone please notice how unwell I am. So it's interesting. Yeah, it does remind me of my teenage years for sure, and obviously of the person in my family who passed away. So it's hard, like, you know, I've got so much personal stuff wrapped up in it, it makes it hard. I'm talking from as someone who has experienced this, so I'm not talking as just an opinion, I'm talking of opinion because of my experience. So I hope you understand that, of course. Obviously, if you love the song and you find it helps you, I'm very happy and grateful. Let's finish it out though. So I imagine it's just quite instrumental now. I like the sound of it. That's very cool. Nice. Oh, sirens. That's a bit creepy. Also, I was going to say, like, my opinion on this song is on first listen, I might be having an emotional reaction to it. If I heard it again, I might see little parts in there, understand a little bit more about what the message really is. I'd love to read it in the comments of what you think. You know, if you are with this song and you feel it has like an important message, let me know what you think that message is, what there is, because you obviously know the song better than I do, whereas I've just heard it and had like an emotional reaction to it. So my mind can be changed. I just thought I should let you know that. Anyway, next up is called Friendly Machine.
The smell vomit down the drain. I think of my body getting hit by a train. I like tasting God, I'm doing just fine. I like to search my symptoms.
Yeah, relatable.
Machine pretends to work for my memory. Hungry for amphetamine, 60 amitriptyline. Reason to live. Find myself, lose myself, be myself, fuck myself. Can you heal me mentally? Wanna lose confidence, never ending self-abuse. I like tasting God.
I really like the sound of this song. Again, the lyrics are extremely fucking depressing though. And like, I'm okay, I can do lyrics that are sad, but when it's depressing and it feels like it's all doom and gloom, like it feels like there's no hope, it's just darkness, it's a little bit like, it makes me feel a bit sick, like it actually does. And this is coming from someone who literally has complex PTSD, borderline personality disorder, premenstrual dysphoric disorder, and possible ADHD, right? I am not a stranger to these things. That's why I find it hard to listen to, because it's triggering. you know? So I do find it a little bit dark, a little bit makes me feel sick, makes me want to cry a little bit, makes me feel very uncomfortable. I try and live my life with a positive outlook, and it took me a long time to get here. So hearing this makes me want to save the fucking person. You know what I mean? It makes me want to grab Yeule and be like, it doesn't have to be this way. Shake them. And obviously they're their own person. They're 22, right? Yeah, it makes me want to go, fucking hell, it's not going to be like this forever. I can't help it. I can't help it. That's a mother in me as well. Like, it's not, it's dark, but I really get it. I feel like I just needed to express that, to like get with it, if that makes sense. Just kind of be like, it fucking disgusts me. This song disgusts me. It makes me feel uneasy, uncomfortable. Makes me feel like it's reverting back to a time of darkness, a time where I would have fed into this music, done a load of drugs, probably hurt myself, done a load of things that made me feel like I was nothing, and never helped me and never got better. It makes me think of a person that I could have been if I didn't have my daughter. A person I could have been if I didn't have people who loved me. A person I could have been if I didn't heal through therapy from all my traumas, right? And it's a person, unfortunately, that I have been a long time ago. So it hurts, it hurts. However, with that out on the table, I can really soak back into this and kind of just look at it with love. And like I said, I want to hug them, but I do think that also being very brave and strong to bring this out. And I really hope that you're getting the message I'm giving you now, because what I am actually saying is I think this is a great way to bring up those sorts of thoughts and feelings, those uncomfortable feelings, to have a little look at yourself, wonder why that's coming up for you, wonder why there's so much pain there, and think, you know, you can think about working on that shit. You know, there's obviously still some scars, some wounds there, and it's a good way of bringing it up and to look at it. There's a spiritual experience in it, and like I said, I like to look at the positives of everything, and I think that's a positive I'm getting from this. But I just want to be straight up honest though before I carry on. It's also a reflection of who I used to be and who I am now, and it makes me feel like, wow, I've come such a long way to get away from that, but there's still so much about that triggers me. And yeah, I do just want to hug Yeule and be like, it's going to be okay. And I hope that throughout time, throughout the years, they bring out albums of how they've overcome all this, like depression, anxiety, this pain, this mental health, and so on like that. I really hope that something gets better for them and they become who they want to be and want to feel like. Yeah, it just makes me want to really mother them. I don't know why, I can't help it. But yeah, but I think it's very brave to say all these things. So brave in a world where people are so afraid to say anything. So, and to put it in musical form in the way that they want, in that artistic way, yeah, I think that's wonderful. Anyway.
Smell vomit down a drain. Think of my body getting hit by a train. I do think I'm doing just fine. Wipe my memory clean. Pretends to make it all go away.
Interesting. I wonder what the friendly machine is. Like around my neck, a friendly machine. Like, what is that? Music? Headphones? You know, the headphones, a friendly machine, and music can help them feel like they are doing okay and whatever. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, honestly, I know it sounds weird. And like, also, on loads of the songs, I wasn't feeling triggered by every song, by the way. And some of the songs I just really liked, and like all the things I've said have been true throughout. But I wasn't letting you know my under the surface kind of truth, stuff that I don't really have to talk about, but it feels better to do so. As you know, Yeule is getting so much out. Why can't I? You know what I mean? So like, I find it interesting, but I feel way more at ease. And it's so funny because we're at the last song now, because unfortunately I'm not going to be listening to the 5-hour song. But yeah, I feel a lot more like towards the end of the album, I've kind of purged those uncomfortable feelings. I feel way more at ease with it now. Anyway, last song is called Mandy.
It's a fucking mess. You're the one who can't talk. You can't do anything. You can always be alone. You can just lie here. And you and me.
Okay. It's leading somewhere. That's cool. That's terrifying.
Don't love you.
Okay. So that's interesting because Mandy is another name for a drug, basically. And it sounds like they're saying, I don't love you anymore, like I don't want to take you anymore, but Mandy or someone is shouting Mandy to be like, take it, do it loves you, it wants you, you know, like addiction in a way. Obviously you can't get addicted to this particular drug, however you can have dependencies on everything. And then at the end it goes, we'll make it go away, the pain can go away, they said it'd go away with Mandy. With the drug it can make all the pain go away. However, totally not true, because calm downs are literally like disgusting, like the worst. I like this one. It's very honest, very real, doesn't glamorize it at all. Wow, that's so interesting. Yeah, that didn't glamorize it at all, and if anything it made it seem like, oh, my electric just went out. Well, thank God that I'd finished the whole reaction before it happened. Oh, my electric went out as soon as that happened. But anyway, yeah, I found it very interesting. Some of the songs were too triggering, but that is not a diss at Yeule. That is a problem of my own. And maybe, you know, it could come with a trigger warning for certain people. Not saying it has to. You might not run into it that easily. It's kind of niche, it's its own little thing. But there were so many moments that were so interesting where I didn't even want to move, I just wanted to sit and listen and think. And, you know, glitchy, interesting, a lot of like signal sounds, Morse code, sirens, a lot of things that were like real things being manipulated into the songs, which I thought was really cool. I hope that like you enjoyed my reaction. I know it might seem a little different and maybe not what you expected, but I guess that just shows how real I am being with you and so on. But anyway, yeah, I do hope you enjoyed and I hope you learned something about me. But anyway, I shall see you next time and bye.